think I was around 6 years old when I first realised that drawing was a part of me. I drew everywhere. I drew in restaurants, in front of the TV, whilst walking, and then I went to school where art was seen as a hobby, but certainly not as a career. I still drew, but it got less and less, and I found myself studying to become a lawyer. I still remember in my early 20s, I was in a meeting in a law firm, and instead of taking notes, I found myself drawing the client. And about that time, I decided that I'd better stop drawing, and I downed my pens. And that was for around 15 years. Skip forward a few years, and I'm now 35 years old. I've just turned down a global role to work in Chicago for a large insurance firm, and I find myself on vacation in Melbourne, Australia for a 2-week holiday. Those 2 weeks became the most important 2 weeks of my life. Suddenly all I wanted to do was draw. And actually my wedding present to friends was to do a storyboard of their wedding. And I'd go down to the cafe every morning and I would just draw. Those 2 weeks inspired me to enroll into a diploma in fine art and study graphic design, film and photography. I joined a boxing gym, and my work in the first year was really inspired by the people I met in this gym. And suddenly I was understanding about having an integrated life. But after a while, the money ran out, and after 2.5 years, I had to find a job. I had to work. Couldn't get a job because I didn't have a visa, so I set up my own business. And I was actually working as a consultant, hiring myself out to clients as a lawyer, but also doing training for them. And this is about the time that I met Jana. I was struggling at this time to establish myself as a businesswoman and as an artist. And I was also struggling to understand how to put myself first. And so when I met Jana, I had a list of dreams and objectives, and these were firstly to travel for 3 months throughout Europe with my partner Sarah and be able to afford to do so. The second one was to live in a house near the beach. Third one was to financially support my lifestyle. Fourth one was to establish my own business. And the fifth one was to be an artist. Well, here's the view from the balcony in the home I now live in the Gold Coast. I live 50 metres from the beach. We moved here shortly after our 4 months trip around Europe and Singapore, where we had an absolute ball. I managed to work, but still managed to find time to play, and also have a 2-week art trip in Venice. From this art trip, I created my first illustrated 100-page book of Venice, which I'm very proud of. And I came back and now living in the Gold Coast, 50 metres away from the beach. I have a business called Create Training. Due to Jana's encouragement, I also have a full-time assistant, another artist working with me. And we make training. We make amazing animated cartoons, graphic novels, videos, but we make things that make people feel as well, and that's really, really important to me. Life is all about perspective, and what Jana did was she changed mine. She encouraged me to be who I am and do what I'm good at, and reminded me to listen to my heart, and she reminded me and constantly reminds me of who I am and what I am.